Welcome to Kettle Moraine Curling Club streaming channel, where we are hosting the 2026 Senior Men's and Women's National Championships. Sheet C is going to be Team Smith versus Team Horn. Team Smith is leading with Shelley Kosal, then Shelley Kinney, Norma O'Leary, and Margie Smith as the skip. Team Horn is throwing lead rocks is actually skip Deborah Horn, then Shauna Miskovsky, Laura Jacob, and then the vice is going to be throwing number 4 rocks is Irina Husid. Team Horn won their first game today, or no, they lost their first game today. Apologize. 4-8 against Team Segovia. Team Smith, they won today earlier, 12-2 against Team Andrews, and they played yesterday's game at 7 p.m. and they lost against Team Gosha 3-6. So that are the lineups. I am Pete. I will try and hang out with you guys here and try and give you some good company, we'll say. So they will get ready to start here very shortly. So Team Smith will have the yellow rocks, the red rocks, and Team Horn will have the yellow rocks. Just waiting on the ice crew to run the mop over one more time, and then we get some play. Let's hear it for our mop man, Mitch Dolly, part of our ice crew here. They do a great job and keep the ice up. I've only been curling for about 8 years. I've skipped quite a few games. Don't have a very good record as a skip. My strategy is different from other people, so what I may say here is definitely not going to be the right calls that they would make, but maybe my thoughts will be entertaining. We'll see. We did get the chat feature in the YouTube channel figured out, so if you do want to chat amongst the viewers, feel free to do so. Or if you want to leave us a message, greatly appreciate it too. I'll try to answer them best I can. I am monitoring the YouTube chat as well. And I'll be flying solo on the last games of the evening. Everybody else is tired and went home. And we're off. Just over the center line, or the hog line at center guard. We are playing the no-tick rule. So if they knock the rock off the center line before the sixth rock is thrown, the opposing team has the option to put the rock back or let it play through. Calling for a draw at the top of house. A little deeper than she anticipated. And she's going to chase it out of there. Broke a little late and stayed on the outside a little too long. Appeared to be a hair narrow. Should get a piece of it, just a piece. Nice hit. Oh. Popping out of the left side a little bit. So she's calling to come down to it. Maybe a little light tap. And she wants to come around that yellow just a little bit. In the top 12, touching 8 maybe. Oh, that rock ain't moving at all. It's going to crash into the guard and roll. But you know, that's not a bad placement there. It's a little... Gonna force her to do a draw. Her last rock was pretty light. And she looked like she was a little narrow on that delivery. Now I'd probably put one at the top of the house there, maybe even, or touch the top 4. She's asking for back how? Oh, right. Top 12, touching 8. Not much movement on that rock either. If it gets a little bit, just a piece of that, it might be good. Oh, just missed. Probably wouldn't have been a bad thing if it actually got a little piece of that guard there and would have deflected it in and might have even stopped it at the top 8. Taking some of that momentum off. I think she's looking to try and come around again here with... Trying to get it to curl. There it is. Nice rock. Smith is going to try and wrap around there and hit the 1 foot mark. Sorry about that. Do I sound better? I was kind of getting into the game there and turned my head away from the microphone and watching the screen. So looks like Smith is going to try and come around and hit the 1 foot. Rest right on the yellow. That's her first, Skip's first rock. gonna crash. Now Horn's gonna try to do the same thing. So unfortunately, they didn't provide where where these curlers are from, so I don't know where Smith or Horn are coming from. But considering I see a person from Cleveland, or it says Jeff in Cleveland is watching on YouTube, I'm going to assume one is from that general area. Well, that lane there just doesn't want to curl right away. Here it comes. Very nice. Mayfield Curling Club and the Cleveland Skating Club. Thanks again, Jeff. They need. And Horn gets 2 out of that first end. There's a 1-minute pause between ends. And Smith is from St. Paul. Kosal is from Lewiston, Michigan, and I think it's supposed to say O'Leary is Duluth, and he said Cleary. You can obviously hear some background noise behind here. I'm in an office in the upstairs, and there's a little gathering area right below us in the warm room. Just the back 8. She can come right down to it, or just hit top 12. Okay. Bit inside on the delivery. That's going to crash into their own guard. And it didn't really open anything up either. This might... almost a button. On the button. It's open for a double here. If they wanted to do that. Yeah, so for top of house, center. I'd like to straddle the center line maybe just to the left of it. That's lighter than they wanted, and that's going to end up short, but still center line. Or past. That just kind of bury them both. Unless you can come to... Hard part of hard part of calling these games is when there's teams of people you don't know who they are or what their curling strategy is or how strong or light of shooters they are. Earlier today we were calling a game from one of our club's teams was playing on. It's a little easier because we know what they think of and how they shoot. But it's always fun watching other teams curl and seeing what their strategies and strengths are. just got a piece of it, but it's not a bad leave, but just got a piece of it. She's just going to come down to it. They push that. So they can do a tap into the up. They're going to tap her in. It's going to cross too much there. And we're going to clip the guards. So it's open for her to hit it. Yep. It is a tight window. And they're going to discuss it. It's a very doable shot. I just don't know what how heavy they throw. You see those rocks curl a lot at the very last, about 3 feet in front of the house, and they start moving quite a bit. She runs the risk of over curling and pushing her own rocks out of the way. I like the weight. It's just got to move. Oh, this would be a beauty. Sure. Oh, they must have kicked the rock. I'm going to watch that on the replay here and see exactly what happened here. I missed that. I saw Margie kicking that back red rock back where it was, like an inch or two. Red is sitting 2 right now. Possibly 3. Hard to tell at the camera angle here with the red that's in the back on the red band in the back of the house there in the back left, and the yellow it's at the top right by the center line. The camera angles can be deceiving. leave this one alone. Way to plug the lane. Excuse me, that takes the tap back away from there. I think they're talking about tapping back that yellow there into the other yellow or into the house. A little more broom being asked for. She's a bit on the outside. And we're going to go through the house. All right, Smith is going to try and draw in for 3 or 4. We can't tell if that yellow and red on the red band are which one's the number 3 rock. All she's got to do is go full 8 to get at least 3. There we go. Not quite. Hadn't been that far out on the ice this end or the last 2 ends, and probably a little frosty and was a little slower than she expected. And they're debating if it's which one's number 3. And from the looks of it, I think we're going to measure. But they're measuring on sheet B as well right now, so that's what they're waiting for, is them to finish on B before they measure that rock. Sheet B's done measuring. Here they come with the tool. gonna assume they said it was yellow. And I forgot the 1 minute break. I was trying to figure out what the heck's going on, and it's the 1 minute break. All right, tie game. 2-2 after 2. Bit spicy coming in the back, but might be a biter. We're gonna clip a guard. She's looking to drive the red into the red and clear it up. Well, she gave that a push. I don't think that's got enough. It might come in and hit the guard. I think it's gonna have enough to even make a effort on the guard there. Yeah, just a little tap. She could chase that red and then roll behind everything, which was that's the call. Well, she got it but lost the shooter. Smith is going to try to come around everything again. Yep. Draw around. I try and draw around that, and plan B would be tap that back. But they're looking to do the actual tap back itself. And that's why I'm here and they're out there. Nice shot. I'd put one in between the reds there at the top of the house. Yep, right there. Alright, Smith has some options here. Straight down the port there, hit and roll. Or they could try drawing around the other, through the other port to it. Horn has hammer though. So figure come with hack weight. This is going to be a good shot. Let it work. There it is. This will be Irina's first rock. Even better. Margie's last rock. She's hoping to hit it on the just to the right and roll back behind. Or she hits it just enough on the left to stick, but be more in the 8 foot than Irina's rock. It'll make her have to work for either hitting it and trying to get 3, because I still think that one in the back is a biter. This could over curl. Oh, it, wow. Just missed the red guard and just missed the yellow rock. All she's got, yeah, give it a wide broom and just draw and just touch the house. That was a very unfortunate shot. That is not good. They're going to check to see if that's a biter. I think it's a biter. Yeah. Find out here shortly. The broom placement makes you think they were trying to do a tap back on that yellow again. and they weren't lucky this time. I probably would have done the safe thing and tried to draw, you know. Yep, and they got 3. After 3, Horn 5, Smith 2. Thanks for joining us, and again, thank you for your patience. Said I've only been curling for about 8 years. I skipped quite a few games, but I'm not the greatest skip in the world. My strategy isn't always the best, so it's fun watching other people curl. And the guy usually sets up all the streaming hardware and the streaming settings and that. So just through the house. I don't know if she really wanted it in the house, but I'm going to assume Horn wants it on the center line, not really resting on the rack or even in the house. But this looks like it's going to be coming in too, right up to it. So Smith has some options here. They can go around and use those as protection, or they can try and tap that yellow back. She's going to try and tap it back. Now she's going to go around it. If it over curls, we can just push that red back. Excuse me. If you're curious, there's a 20-second delay between what I'm seeing live and what actually ends up streaming on YouTube. Um, if you're interested, I'd be curious in seeing what strategies you guys would pick on some of these shots here. I try coming around again from our left, and if it over curls, you still have that tap back for the red. It is slightly forward from the yellow, so it shouldn't really crash it if they tap it. She was a bit narrow. If they let it curl here, they can do that. Otherwise, they may just clip. They got around it. Just. That's a good lie. Yellow can do a double tap back. They can try drawing around, and that's what they're going to do. Looking for T weight, anything above the T behind that mess there. This could hit the red. Smith is going to try and follow it down, probably sit above the T behind that stuff. I don't think I'd chase that yellow. That would be a plan B shot. Yellow's still sitting one. Smith can tap back to red. If they do it right, they can probably get both yellows out of the way, but they would probably knock their back red out as well. Now they're going to come around. Got to get around that. Just wanting that above the house there, blocking the tap back or any promotion that could be. Not fully sure what that accomplished. Excuse me. They can try and come in and tap that yellow in. They can block any other potential raise. That was an awfully tight broom that she had. I don't know if she was intending to hit the yellows first or didn't expect it to curl as much. She wants to nest it right in that pocket there. So they still have the raise, which is what they're going to do here. If you're looking at it from the bottom window house view, they're going to want to hit it about maybe just right of nose. And probably about T weight, T plus. Backline. There it is. Nice. So Smith is sitting 3 right now. Irina is going to be coming with her last rock. They're just looking to come around and touch the 1 foot circle. Or if they even get into the 4 foot there, that eliminates 2 of the rocks if they can get it behind anything there. And that is going straight and through. All right, Margie has a chance to get 4 here. She just has to touch full 8. She could even just go right down and nest right into the back yellows there and use those as backing as well, which is probably what's going to happen here if she does a... She's got a lot of backing there, so it's margin of error is a lot less. But you want it to curl. And no curl. Smith gets 3. So we're tied again. 5-5 after 4. After 4, I believe there's like a 5-minute break. They run the mops against on the ice. Pebble in front of the hacks. We'll be back in a minute. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me. Just rambling on. It's a good game so far. If you're interested in the other women's game that's on sheet D here, Wapola is beating Segovia 3-2. And on sheet A, we have Andrews against Jackson, and Jackson is beating Andrews right now, starting the 5th end, 5-4. And that's the women's curling that's going on here at Kettle, Moraine today. sheet E, the men, Schlanger against Cernovic, or Cervenic. Schlanger is winning 3-2 after 4. And on sheet B, currently we have Shizatel versus Starkey, and Shizatel is winning 6-2 after 4. All right. Looking for a center guard. perfect weight, just curled a bit too much at the end there. Leave that open. I'd probably try and set one about a half a rock distance off to the left of that red. Nice. Probably a little tighter than what they wanted. Like, oh, she's gonna try and clear the guards or drive it back. Gives it that shove when she's doing takeouts. Put it back. I put it back. She's looking to try. Okay, up. I think her plan A is high. Her plan B is around. I like that one a lot better than the first one. It's making Horn spend rocks on clearing guards. And Horn does have hammer. She wants it right on the L and logger. That's a good place too, actually. Anywhere in that center line in the house is actually a good place, just high of the 4 foot. Just a little too much curl at the very end there. Come right down to the one there in the 4 foot. Nice shot. I think they're just going to follow it right down. Maybe sit just touching the top of the 1 foot ring. And should be try and get it to the right side of the center line. Make it a little harder to connect with. That is just hanging out there. That is not going to come back. It's going to be exposed. That gives Irene a target to hit and roll behind that mess. She's asking for a pretty tight broom for the call. If she comes with any weight that doesn't want to curl, she's going to run the risk of running that red into the yellow. And losing her shooter. But again, I'm not familiar with how these ladies shoot. It's the advantage of watching people from my own club play. Is I watch them play all the time and play against them and kind of know what they think when new people come here. It's always fun to guess what they're going to do and how they do it. It's awfully light. It might dive in and hit that high red. And it did. And and it pushed the red into the back of the yellow there. Yep. Either draw right down to it or just above the 1 foot circle is what I would do. Smith does have to watch that clock. They're getting close to the single digits for minutes left. And we're just finishing up the fifth end. Horn has a whole 5 minutes more than they do. I'd hate to see a game end because they ran out of time. That lane is not moving much. But they can tick that in a little further, get it out of the way. Oh. There's a chance for... nope, never mind. I'm going to say they couldn't do a double, but that's too aggressive and too close to that yellow. They're going to try and come right up to the top of the button there for their get one. This is the hammer rock. Ooh. Or they could do it that way. One yellow. After 5, 6-5. It's been a back and forth game. "11 seconds before the end starts." The chairs in this office are not comfortable at all. Just touching the house. Free target. All right, on the line, center guard. Yep, I try to come around. She's going to try and come between the yellow and the red. With that being a center guard, I'd almost avoid that. If it overcurls and ticks it off there, they'd just get rid of that rock. This might tap that back. Or did I miss that call and that's what she wanted? She's not moving or telling him to sweep, so maybe that's what that was. I missed that call. And it worked. Nice. They're asking for a little more broom. The other way, or a little less broom. Yes, Mike. I am talking to myself. I just got a text from one of the guys that was announcing earlier and asking if I'm by myself, and yes, I am. Right. Red is still sitting two. Not sure why they chased it like that. I probably would have protected my shot through. That double is there. They're going to get the back one. Oh, and not a favorable roll. They cut him down to one, but that exposed yellow. She was wide. It's coming back. Worked out. All she has to do is hit that nose, and she should be able to get both those out of there. And that's oh wow! Look at that move. And yep, just above the 1 foot touch top four. Yep, behind that yellow. Sorry about that. I was again looking at the screen more than I was talking into the mic. Kind of a heavy draw I would do. Could even come draw to the top of the 1 foot there, right by the where the BR is in brewing or brew house. Hit and roll in. Nice rock. Get a little bit of a roll. Take it in. Gonna try and roll in. Probably get a little bit of a wick off that high red. Maybe even tap it back just a little bit. Maybe they can sit the number one rock with her last rock, and then Smith will hammer. And that's just gonna tick it in, and looks like they're still sitting two. If you're at all curious, Smith has eaten almost 3.5 minutes in this end alone on their time clock. All right, they're gonna try and draw in for possibly three. Nope. So it looks like two. And indeed it is. After six, it is 7-6. Team Smith. Team Jackson has beaten Team Andrews on sheet A 10-5 after 6. They're almost done with the seventh end, and Jackson is sitting 2 in the house on that game. Team Wapola is beating Segovia on sheet D 7-4 after 6. They're pretty much only 4 rocks into the 7th on that one. Those are the 3 women's games going on today at the Kettle Moraine at 8 o'clock tonight, the 8 p.m. draw. Sheet E for men's is tied 3-3 after 6. Schlanger and Shirkvin, Shirkvenik, sorry. And then on sheet B, it's Shasteel and Starkey. And that is 6-5, Starkey. Right down to it. Thank you for your patience as I update you all on the other scores here. Nice rock. I would try and come through the port. Might be able to get both yellows out of there. That looks like what she's going to try doing. Nice smooth release. Got to curl a little bit more to get past that guard. Just touched it. The positive is it opened up the hole a little bit more, and they're not concerned with that hole. I probably would have blocked it because she's not going to miss that twice. I'd do it again. Yep. little less broom. And it's. Did we get. Wow. Not sure if I agree with the sweeping there. Both people were sweeping. That just probably carried it more. And now they're going to plug that holder. They're not going to give them an opportunity to try that again. Ooh, but it overcurled and went too deep. Just nest it right in there. Maybe just above the inner circle there. Touching the inner ring on the left. Up. That's kind of how that was supposed to work. There's a hard double. Team Smith has already eaten up 2 minutes in this end. 2 minutes plus, almost 3. They still got a whole nother rock to throw. She's gonna get it. Not quite. Left it open and exposed. Irina's first rock. Margie's last rock. She hits this just right of nose. She might be able to get both those out. And she's going to nose it. Trying to determine if they want to come from the left or the right. They don't want to do is jam it into the yellow that's in the 4 foot there, because that would be a very unfortunate. You're sitting one, I don't know, and this is hammer. I don't know why you'd be chasing this. I'd try and draw around. That's a dangerous shot here. If this don't curl, it's going to do it. Uh-oh. There it is. Dangerous shot. You're sitting one. I probably would have tried doing a draw from the left side of the... coming from the left. All you had to do is touch the 4 foot. Smith is up 8-6 after 7. Final end. What Smith has to do though is pay attention to that time clock. They got 2 minutes and 34 seconds. They burned 4.5 minutes in that last end. Doesn't seem like it seems like a lot of time, but it's amazing how fast that burns away when you have to throw 8 rocks down the sheet and you're trying to call your shots and determine your shots. It would really be unfortunate for them to lose the game because they ran out of time. Smith is putting a lot of backing there for Horn. Shelly Kinney's already in the hack getting ready. Margie's got her set. Horn's got to get it to the tee. Excuse me. Gonna clear out the guards, peel them away. Here comes some good weight. A bit wide, not moving, but get one of them. Oh, there we go. Oh, that had a stray rock hit a rock on the other sheet. Yep, she wants to hit them right between those two. Wow, and that curled a lot and was pretty light. Oop. And she's okay. Trying to watch a replay and see what happened. She just kind of lost her footing. So they're going to let the rock stay. She did burn it. She did kick it. But they're going to let it stay in play. Should be right to the button. Or just, yep, right on the button. Such a good place to be. They're going to try and come right down to it, maybe just a slight tap. I think that was Laura Jacob that fell for Team Horn. All right, a little tap back. Chase it, just hit it out of there. Even if you lose the shooter, it's fine. Just don't want to nose it. There it is. That's a good rock. Come down and hit that just right of nose. You can get them both out of there and get a roll to the right. Nice shot. Got them both. Team Horn is sitting 3 now. Or 2, sorry. Glanced up at the screen, that mug that's in the, between the drink and the ale, I thought it was a rock at first. She can get them both. Nope, just one. Cut him to 1. Horn does have hammer. duck behind the guard there in the on the skip's right, our left facing the house. I'd say touching the 8 foot behind there. All right. I wouldn't try and take. I try and draw up to it, sit right on top of it. Force them to just make them try and do it. Make them earn it. You do a take, you're going to be exposed. You'll either roll out, and all they got is take, and they can score 2 to tie. If you draw up to it, you might outscore that rock that's touching the ring, or force them to get 1, or get fancy and try and knock you out. I think a down 2, but they're going to hit. Again, things can happen here. She can be too heavy and it runs too straight, or it just wicks it and doesn't knock it out. She hits it and she sits, and all they got to do is hit her, and then they get 2 and they go into extra ends, which it's 10:15. I don't think anybody wants extra ends. She could also over curl and hit that guard, but that's not going to happen. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't expect that. That's a tough one. They're looking at doing a run back. Problem with that is if they do that run back, all they're going to do is drive that red into the yellow and push the yellow out, and they're still going to only get 1 because it could crash. Especially if they drive that into the between the 2 reds. They're down to them. It's last rock, so it's not going to matter. They had money to burn here with time. Okay, this is a try and get extra ends here. They got to hit that red just right with that raise. And it's going to hit it too. Nope. They get 1 out of it. That is game. Team Smith beats Horn. 9. Nope, I'm sorry. 8-7. It was a good game. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.